Money, legal matters, and proposals. Welcome to week 6 of your capstone project. This week we'll discuss money, legal matters, and proposals. We'll look at freelance design, writing a proposal, putting together an invoice, pricing, and managing cash flow. Looking at freelance design. You may choose freelance as either a supplemental income or as your main source. Freelancing can give you a freedom that working for someone else does not. However, there are pros and cons to being a freelancer. Questions to ask yourself before you begin. Make sure you have experience and can back it up. Acknowledge the other side of freelancing, the good, the bad, and ugly. What are the benefits? What about paycheck consistency? What about work and life and how to balance that? Ask yourself, are you doing this part-time or full-time? Which one can I afford? What is your schedule going to be? So what are your working hours? Where are you going to work? Home, rent a space, or co-space? How do you sell yourself? What do you need? Do you need a portfolio, a website, business cards, letterhead, invoices, and what else? Do you have the organization and time management skills needed for this type of job? What do I need to do to stay on task? Do you charge hourly or by the project? How do you keep track of the money? Where can you network? Where can I meet others and get my name out for free? These are all very important questions to ask yourself before you enter the freelance world of work. Let's look at some software to help you manage the money. There is some great software out there to help you. Here's a list of some. I would highly encourage you to complete the list by Googling 20 invoicing tools for web designers at 6 revisions, or even another general basic Google search. It's important to see what is current out there. Some apps and software are short-lived, so it's important to see what is current and most widely used. The mistakes that freelancers make. The first is missed deadlines. As a freelancer, your reputation is all you have. If you miss deadlines too often, you'll soon see your clients go elsewhere. What about charging too little? Well, it's good to find out what the average market is, or the market average is. Stand behind what you're worth. It's a good thing to figure out what you need to make and then adjust your prices accordingly. Lack of research is also a mistake. You want to make sure you know the market and the company before you begin. Research them the way you would a potential job. How about choosing the wrong clients? This is tough. If you need the money, then you feel that you can't be choosy about your clients, but select them carefully and research them however you can. Choosing a client is a two-way interview. Remember, don't get too personal. This is a business, and business is business. Be courteous and professional, but keep it light. Find some way to vent. Don't vent to clients. Join a gym or an activity that is not related to your work. Make sure you follow up and don't let them forget you. It's important that you encourage your clients to come back to you or refer you. Find some way to encourage them to choose you next time. Don't procrastinate. Make sure that you treat your freelance business and clients like any other job. Just because you don't feel like working doesn't mean it's okay to go to the beach. And finally, be yourself. Remember your values and who you are. Don't fall into the trap of taking on clients just because you need the money. There's a lot of helpful books out there for the graphic designer. Here's a couple. Becoming a Graphic Designer and the Graphic Arts Guild Handbook of Pricing and Ethical Guidelines. And that book is updated every year. I would encourage you to do a web search on the top books that graphic designers should read to see the current books and resources for designers. An example is to the far right, a Google search and the results off this one website, the Creative Blog, that lists the books and reasons to those being the top books. There are many others. Let's look at writing a proposal. Proposals are very important to the client and designer relationship. This will outline all of your intentions and projects to the client. It will eliminate confusion and questions later on. There are things you should keep in mind when writing a proposal. The first is clarity. Before you begin to write the proposal, summarize the concept in 2 to 3 sentences, then show it to a layout person and check for understanding. Show it to a lay person, not a layout person. Show it to some other person and check for understanding. You want to strive to communicate, not to impress. Make sure it's error-free, and remember to print and bind the document for a professional look. When laying out your document, format it so the body of the text appears in the right 2/3 of the page. The 1/3 of the page to the left contains titles and white space. Include visual elements sporadically throughout your document. Logos, clip art, graphs, charts, tables, and other elements greatly enhance the visual appeal of your document and make it easier for people to read and comprehend. Include a title page. Be politically correct. Make sure that all content is appropriate for all. Keep it jargon-free. Not everyone understands the terms that are common in the industry, so make it so that the language of the proposal is understood by all. Technology, keep these terms simple, which, just like we just said for jargon, make sure the same goes for technology terms. Consider ways to generate more business, as this is the key to your success. You can give away freebies, provide free demonstrations of your services, hold or attend a business card exchange, hold a contest, offer a referral bonus program to clients, and wear your business. Consider that you may sponsor a charitable event or a client's event. Use friends and family to promote. Set up an account on Flickr and other photo sharing sites. Get yourself in the Yellow Pages or the online Yellow Pages. Participate in trade shows. And post ads on Backpage and Craigslist. These are free, so why not? You can also participate in competitions, open up a shop on Cafe Press or Etsy, or even write a book or keep a blog. Here are some proposal examples. You can review them for layout and content. The layout should reflect your brand, but this gives you an idea of how the information is displayed. These are some additional pages from the sample on the previous slide. They even have terms and conditions. Putting together an invoice can be a scary task. It's hard to know where to begin. We'll go over these challenges and what should be included in an invoice. An invoice clearly outlines all costs to the clients and provides any legal information that pertains to the job. Here's what should be on an invoice: the date and invoice or client number, the sender, the recipient, a job description, line items, totals, and don't forget the fine print. And this is what should be in the fine print. Ownership of artwork, the production schedule and or delivery of the artwork, third-party shipping and printing, what is the claims period, the process for proofing of the final product or project, cancellation policy, and the confidentiality and a place to make an acknowledgement of terms. Here are some invoice examples. Again, they're just to show you a general layout. Your invoice should also reflect the company's brand and the overall look and feel. Remember not to clutter the invoice. It's better to add a second page. This one is just a little bit different in terms of the layout. Pricing work can be a very difficult task. It's a process of trial and error to develop pricing that will sustain both you, your income, and your business income. It is important to research pricing in your industry and your location. Surveys of buyers of professional services consistently show that cost is never even among the top reasons clients give for choosing a supplier. Typically, the surveys show that cost ranks around 10th in importance. It's always lower than quality, service, dependability, flexibility, convenience, etc. Determining the right price is dependent on many factors: the job size, experience level of the designer, time commitment, client, location, and the print needs. Here's an example of a price sheet. While pricing is dependent on the factors that we just mentioned, this will give you something to review and compare. You can do another Google search or an online search to see some other price sheets, or stop by some local designers' offices, printing houses, and gather their price sheets for your research. A great resource on pricing can be found here. However, there are many great resources available on the web in addition to the book that I mentioned earlier. Managing money can be a daunting task. There are many ways to manage your money, such as establishing a bank account, determining your budget, keeping accurate track of time, and paying and managing your tax. The importance of setting up a business bank account. First, it makes you look more professional. It helps when it comes to applying for credit or looking for investors. It also keeps your business finances separate from your personal. And having the account will help with billing, invoicing, payments to any subcontractors, and dealing with taxes. So what do you do first? You want to decide what type of account will suit your needs. What are the benefits, the fees, the restrictions? Then decide on what bank you want to have your business relationship with. When determining your budget, first look at these factors. Choose a time period for your budget. Every 2 weeks, monthly. Make a list of all recurring fees that you know of, and make a list of one-time payments that you know of. Do your best to determine your projected profits, and build your budget based on fees and earnings. Finally, revisit your budget often and make adjustments. To track your hours and income, get a software that can help you keep track of billable hours and daily income. Here's a list of possible software, but do some research for current software that is ranked high and within your budget, which can be easily found by doing a search on the internet. Paying your taxes. This is a vital part of being a business owner and a professional. To pay federal taxes, you use a standard 1040-C schedule, profit and loss, and a 1040 Schedule SE, that's the self-employment tax. You can also enroll in EFTPS, the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System. Once you are enrolled, you make estimated tax payments by phone or by web with the payment debited directly from your checking account. It's like bill pay for your taxes. The nice thing about the EFTPS is that you can schedule payments ahead of time, and you can designate exactly where you want each payment to go. Your self-employment tax is 15.3% of your net profit and represents the Social Security and Medicare taxes owed on your business profit. Your clients may send you a 1099 MISC. This is like the W-2 for the income you received. Your total business income on Schedule C, Line 1 must be greater than or equal to the total amount of income reported on your 1099 MISC forms, or you need to watch out for an audit. For health insurance, you can deduct all these costs from your business taxes on Form 1040, Line 31, regardless of loss or profit. This is what we covered in this week's presentation: money, legal matters, and proposals. We looked at freelance design, writing a proposal, putting together an invoice, pricing, and managing cash flow.